Hello, welcome to Spiral Defense. It's a hero arena. Well, not a hero arena, it's hero defense survival style map. Work as a team of 6 to overcome the odds and defend versus the waves. You have to work as a team to devise a strategy in how to do that. And I already know how I'm doing it. I've done a little bit of testing, a little bit of min-maxing. And there's a few ways to make monies on this map. You can take some basic files for 100 gold each and then come over to the Fountain of Mana. And that way you can sell them for 1,000 gold each using this Scroll of Recall, which is basically a blink ability. So I've got myself 2 blinks. Then I can come over here. I can sell these. And then I can get myself a pickaxe. And I can start chopping on this tree for the longest time possible. It's like every 5 seconds or so, every 4.63 seconds, you get an item that sells for 500 gold. So now this is a farming simulator. I wish I could zoom out a little bit, I can't. So each hero, apart from Medivh, has been picked here. So he looks like the one that's not got the love. He has the ability Blizzards, Flame Strike, Phoenix. I went through testing the heroes. This guy's basically an auto-attacker. But I think that's going to work out with enough boosted items for this character. So we're going to run over. We're going to sell this to the nearest shop. Go about business. You can always carry on farming this if you wish, as long as you've got charges to buy, but as you can see the charges have now run out, so the distance of getting over there is going to take some time. Overclock wants to get over there. You can fight these creatures, they won't give you too much gold though for it. Now I've got to keep concentrating on this because as soon as you get this item it stops your character from attacking. I did do some tests. Increasing your attack speed does not increase the rate at which this item drops. So you basically just have to put up with it. I've got the Taunt ability as a passive. I've got Battlefield Training. Oh, let's just sell this first of all. We can get a mule actually for more min-max now. This is increased attack rate. That's armor. That's resurrection. So pack mule. The pack mule follows me. I could even use the pack mule over here to purchase one of these whilst we're at it. Whilst it's on cooldown. Come over here, attack this. It's like a little race at the moment. To see who can like do the trading game the fastest. Obviously I've had some practice though, which is what I was doing before this map started. At least testing out each of the heroes to get an idea as to what it is I wanted to do. The interesting thing about this hero is he's actually an upgrade for the Null character, the Kobold, which we have as random pick noob. So once he reaches level 25, he can come here and transfer to Firestorm, but I don't know what happens there. Right. So we've got those. Oh, we may as well come back together. I need this mule to buy another Scroll of Recall though, really. There's a couple of characters that actually... Ooh, you can't do it, Rami. That's one of the characters that actually can't utilize the axe. The Medivh character and Sylvanas, the Dark Amazon, look down on it. They say it's a grunt's work, and it's below them, so they won't actually pick up the axe. So you pretty much have to be a melee character in order to do it. So, it's not being sexist. I thought it was, but I tested it and it wouldn't let Medivh pick up the axe either. Which was pretty funny. Now we definitely want another one of those, because then I can do the whole trick with the mule. Because the mule is supposed to come with me for this bit. But that's not going to work. Oh, I just got bought. Okay, I'll have to wait for the next one. You can have a couple of characters, though, that are just essentially farming the mobs Because they'll be getting experience on that. We're not getting experience on that. But they're low levels, and there's like 50 levels. So we're kind of doing the min-max stuff at the start here. So he's got the 4 empty files. It's going to basically be like an extra... Well, if you think you buy the file for 100 gold, and you're selling them for 1,000, you get 900 gold each, but you've got to spend 1,000 gold on this as well. But it's worth it still. You're still getting like 3,700, 3,600 gold. Maybe take away the 1,000 as well for traveling, 2,600. So as soon as I get that, I'll do it. Right, okay. That's available to me now. So the thing is he can get killed by the creatures, so you've got to be careful with that. So I'm going to... Oh, he can't do it. Okay, well, that's something I didn't test. I made an assumption that maybe that works. But I'll have to swap that over with Grommy Grom. This wood's not giving out. Is it me or is it taking longer to give out now? It feels like it's taking longer to put out. It was fun the first few times, but now it's being stubborn. It's being stiff. Can you TK? I haven't even tried to team kill yet. Okay, so let's swap over the items here for Grommy Grom Grom. I don't know if this guy, he can't attack. No. So we're just going to teleport over. And just try to survive for the time being. There's not much else he's doing other than just waiting for the scroll of recall cooldown. So his battlefield training gives him a 3% chance to dodge and 3% chance to deal 3 times normal damage. You can imagine that can probably be quite powerful later on. He gets a huge attack boost. So blink back over here. Sell. You can always try again. Ah, they're off charge. Okay, so we go back to the mining for now. And that's what a lot of this is going to look like for the time being. You see, I've got myself up to 11,000 gold already, though. I don't know if the original map creator designed it to be this way. If you look at the quests, he says there's extra income, so you do have that option. The shimmer weed trade doesn't work, though, unfortunately. But you got the potion trade, which is the empty files, over to the Fountain of Mana. And then you've got the iron pickaxe, which is giving you a 500 gold box of ironwood fragments. The funny thing is you've got these individual shop sellers, and they've got good personalities. They're quite individual in their style. However, they share a common purpose. If you upset them, they'll no longer serve you. So I'm hoping that no one does it, but I did tell them at the start. If you kill, for example, the barrels here, this guy gets really upset with you. You can get an item early on for it, but the downside is that item is all you're going to get from him. Because he no longer sells any of his stuff after that. I wonder how much gold the other players have got. We can see the kills they've got, but we can't see the gold they've got. He's my little mule. He is an actual mule, this one. My pack mule. This is exciting gameplay, I understand. But it's part and parcel of it. The quicker I get going with this, the faster we'll go. The early levels seem really easy, though, from what I can tell. You can actually skip. I don't think it's worth sending the mule to do the files. I feel like that's going to take too long to get him to the mana fountain in time. The only time when it's worth it is when you've got those charges available for blink from the potion guy. And there's currently no charges, so until there are charges, I won't bother. He's better off just transferring these boxes back and forth. You can keep attacking and let the wood spawn on the ground. That's true. But other players can also nick it as well. Doesn't bother me to pass it over quickly. Just being efficient, really. You could buy free mules and send little packs to the fountain. That's true as well. Absolutely. That might be a strategy. But the mules have to survive. And the creatures are going to get stronger and stronger. They only have 750 health. And these creatures at the moment do 14 to 16, so it doesn't seem too bad. We can try it, but I'm not sure. The mule's off cooldown by the looks of it, and so are the empty vials, so... it doesn't seem that... If they had a shorter cooldown, you could do it more reliably and spam these. But, as you can see, if you're getting like one or so at a time, it's not worth it. You've got a moon token here, and then a glowing soulstone. I don't know how to use those, but I assume there's some sort of... that might be a secret, and that's like combined with a particular weapon or something. This guy sells potions for health and mana, as well as protection from poison. You've got to be careful, though. The guy over here... I didn't test all of these, but one of these guys sells this. Reduces the stun chance you can take. But the downside of that... right? The downside of that is that you can't drop the actual book. So you can get an item that you can't get rid of, which is like one of the most infuriating things possible. The trading game is a thing of beauty. You can obviously give gold to other players. There's also commands in it to give gold. And I said if you're having too much of an easy time, you can skip to a particular level. Which, you know, seems quite doable. Especially if we're going to sort of like almost cheat to a degree here with powerful items. Potentially the powerful items that we can pick up here. Just get a couple more boxes, chuck them in. You kind of want to get this huge amount of gold, though, because these items get steadily more powerful, as you can see. But the ones that are worth, like, you know, the big chunks of money, like the 50,000 gold items and stuff like that, really are, like, they're basically the equivalent of these, but in one slot, and they're even better, statistically wise. So instead of like buying the smaller items and working your way up, you really may as well just go straight to those big items. Although I feel like this might be cheating a bit too much. You have got this thing here. You can get 50,000 gold if you just type that in, but hopefully no one types it in, because apparently you get a secret level of level 51 if you don't use that. The greed is good. Me and Gold Daddy are all about the greed, all about the trade business. That's what you do when you play these custom games. You trade. This is everyone's favourite style of custom game. I mean, I'm always biased towards anything that's going to be greed based. And this is a form of it. So don't steal these, otherwise you upset this guy. Well, that's the thing. I won't give you too much gold. Because you get to do the more interesting thing. You can always pick up the shimmerweed plants. Although that doesn't... you can just straight up sell those. Apparently you can use this and then pick up the shimmerweed plants, but that didn't really work for me. So I don't know what's going on there. Got Draenei. Draenei's coming in on this this trade. I'm surprised this wood just keeps putting out. Never stops. We're up to 31,000 gold though. Let's see how much gold the other guys have got. Is there an item that gives you attack speed to scale your farming? No. Even if there is, it doesn't work. I already tested. That was one of the first things I tested, is increasing my attack speed. But you still takes the same amount of time to get this wood to drop. Seeing 5k, 6k. Oh, I wonder if they realise how much I got. 15k plus 9k item. You gotta go fast, boys. You gotta go fast. I know I can do this quickly, so it makes me happy. Those files are still not available. But you do have these charges available over here. But I think I might buy a couple of those charges so there are a couple of backups. And I'll hide them so people don't know where they are. Shh. No one will notice. That doesn't work. They're pretty obvious there, actually. I need a more obvious hiding place. Somewhere like up here. No one must know. I need those as backups. What would you buy with the gold? The good stuff is what I would buy with the gold. There we go. Perfectly hidden. It's not really though, is it? That. I could always block them off, maybe. If I bought enough mules, I could block off the items. Buy another mule for bank. Protect. It's a buy a 5,000 gold mule to 2 of them, maybe, to block off the items. Alright, so whilst we're chopping trees, I'll take a look at the recipe so you can be looking at that. So, oh, I need another mule though to pass over to the other one, because this guy's almost full. So there's that mule. You go back to me. Drop that down. Drop that. Drop that. Drop that. Drop that. Drop that. The recipes, you got some bonus items here in this shop. This is where the really imbalanced stuff is, although more some of the items anyway. Very powerful, very strong. Right, so whilst I'm chopping, it's basically damage and a chance to stun that goes up increasingly. And you can see 50,000 gold for that one. Then you've got armor and a chance to throw back damage to the attacker. So the 50,000 gold items are where it's at. Because that's the thing, you're like, oh, 20,000 gold, but you may as well just wait till you get the 50,000 gold and then get that one instead. I don't know if they stack or anything like that, those items, but they are there. You got this archery, lifesteal, but there's another item that does lifesteal. And it's really quite interesting and cool. But at the same time, it's really bad. But it's cool enough that I think I might be able to get away with it, especially with my reincarnation ability. It's from here. Increases the damage by 633% lifesteal, but it consumes 3% of your health every 3 seconds. And it's permanent, can't be dropped. So you're basically always going to be under threat of death. The other funny thing is if you die in this game, you lose 10% of your stats. It's hilarious. Increases the attack damage of nearby friendly units by 10%. That's a little bit of a buff. The creatures will start to get a bit stronger over time by the looks of it. This is the early levels. There are up to 50 levels, so you would expect these first levels just to be... I actually imagine this is almost actually how you're supposed to play this map in a way. You have 3 people sort of defending whilst the other 3 people are farming, getting the gold to allow us to be strong enough to then take on the mobs that are going to be too strong. Do you see what I mean? It's like a time limit to a degree. Because you don't really need everyone defending. It's not going to make enough of a difference. Right, so those are those items. We'll come over and have a look at this. I'm just trying to show you off. If I was playing this without actually streaming, I would just be staring at this log only. Doing this, but I'll try to do this in between. So health and mana. And then you got protection versus poison. Again, it's kind of weird because you got like slight protection, then a bit better, then, you know, so you may as well, if you're going to get something that protects you from poison, get the one that says ultimate protection. And get one of each for each player, because the way it looks like it is that there's no point in having these lesser items. You know what I mean? If we're to truly survive versus the later levels, which I assume are going to be quite crazy, we're probably going to want each player kitted out with the ultimate protection of each type. The ultimate protection versus stun, the ultimate protection versus poison, all that kind of stuff. If they're getting in trouble now, we might have to come over and do like a swap or something. I'm so close to getting an item though, with 50,000 gold, so if I got that. But as soon as I stop the farming, how do I keep it up? Ghoul Daddy's gone slow AFK. Ghoul Daddy, pick it up. Pick up the pace. So each creature that gets over here will cost us a life. So they're already causing trouble. You can sell a Thunder Lizard egg or use that for something else. I don't exactly know what that's for. Oh, Ghoul Daddy's left, has he? Did he get tired? Or did he rage quit or what? Or just disconnect? So there is a command where you can transfer the guy. So the downside is he's done all that and now he's gone. And we can't even control his character. DC, huh? Ghoul Daddy. There's always one, isn't there? Even in a game where there's only like 6 of us, there's always someone that has to disconnect. It's 2019, boys. Okay. You got to have a lot of patience to do this, to be fair. Alright, so next shop. Faywin was talking about the eggs. Oh, Faywin's a character over here, so bring him the egg, maybe? Right, so this guy sells the empty files, as we know. You can convert those into the enchanted files over here. Empty plant. Shimmerweed plant, so that's invisibility. The iron axe is for what I'm doing right now, which is farming. Doing the good fight. The real fight, which is the fight versus wood. It's what women have to do every day. Glowing soul stone and moon token, we don't know what that's for. And pack mule is, well, this little guy. How's the creatures looking? Quite sporadic and clunky, so that's buying us some time. I got some background OST music playing because this game actually doesn't have music for some reason, even when you got the music on. Strange, huh? So I put some in the background for you. Place a moon token in front of the statue of Azune in order to receive a blessing. Oh, I see. See, I tried that earlier, but I guess I didn't do it right. Goes quick though. How long are you going to farm? That's the thing. In a realistic world, you would have to. You should have one player almost farming indefinitely. Because as soon as I stop farming, who's now picking up the slack for the extra gold? I'll get an imbalanced item, but it won't be as many. Because 57,000 gold doesn't buy that much. For example, if we come over to the next place. One of the other places that I like is this. So you got Ring of Strength, Agility, Intelligence. And then you got this, which is all 3 of them combined. For 8,000 gold instead of the 9,000 gold for all 3 of them. And it saves you those inventory spots. Again, this is 50 strength. So 3 lots of those is 45 strength. So that's cost effective. Plus it only takes up 1 inventory slot. So there's a lot of reward for basically just getting the ultimate version of each item. So that's all stats. That's health and reduces spells taken. I guess no one's going to be stealing now. So I can let it drop. Looks like they're doing okay though, down there. We had a bit of an awkward level before, but they're doing okay. Got immunity to spells, which would be pretty ridiculous, depending on what you're fighting against. And that's like a heal for 1,000 hit points every 5 seconds, but I don't think that's too worthy. I think it's better just to be an auto-attack hero that can sort of like get your health back from attacks. So you got damage here and a chance to evade. Nothing too impressive with that, to be frank with you. Uh-oh. I see a mule. I see a mule that's about to cause some trouble. Okay. So you got the protection from stun. Again, you would only want to buy like the best one, which is 25,000 gold. And that's if you even want to get that. But if you were going to get that, don't get like the sun protection. Like, what is that supposed to do? It's a bit cryptic, isn't it? What is sun protection? Then you got a lot of damage here and applies slow. Or a lot of damage and then crit. But I think the best items are from down here. But they've also got like a negative to them. Or at least only that one does. So you want those ones, but they're really quite pricey. Those ones down the bottom. Probably a chance to not get stung. The Dark Ranger is all about this Shimmerweed trading. She could be. She's all about that Shimmerweed. I saw that. Do you see what I mean? Like, you can have them drop on the floor. I saw that, Clucky. I'm not blind. Your character turned to where my boxes were and one of them disappeared. Alright, so we've got 65,000 gold now. It's going up and up and up and up. So you got the idea. Can you give me one box? Well, of course. I'll give, like, the players that are currently farming, like, I don't know, 3,000 gold each for now. Doesn't sound like much, but otherwise I'll be farming for even longer. What, kill Ghoul Daddy just so he drops his stuff? You could do, but I don't know if there's a punishment for that, because I know there's a punishment for killing pretty much anything else in this base. Like if you kill this guy's horse, he gets upset with you and no longer sells. I'll show off what he sells in a moment. I do apologise. But you got to think that this game will get a bit more... it will pick up in pace when you get to the later levels, definitely. Because I can actually start just farming them. Let's see if we'll be strong enough for it. You got an Infernal? Yeah, you can buy an Infernal. I wonder if you could use it to smash through trees to get like a secret item or something, but I don't see anything. So maybe not. So we got basically just attack damage here. Or attack damage and armor. Nothing too special there, to be frank with you. Or you got like deal extra damage and recover hit points of the attack damage dealt to a unit. So that is actually the equivalent of that. But does less damage. But it doesn't steal your health. So that's a good alternative. But it's like minus 200 damage. But that's basically what you're after. That deals 150 extra damage and regain mana at 2 times the normal rate. So good for a caster. That is immune to spells, but also does damage. So you had that item there that was immunity to spells. But you would want this one as an attack damage. Attack dealer. I think you should start leveling up soon. My character will be tanky enough if I get the right items for him. I'll just still going through it. It's an opportunity for me to show off the items as well whilst doing this. So just health potions here, nothing too special. Mana potions. Ability to see invisible. That could be very important. I'll buy that now just so we have that as a backup. Because you never know. If you see invisible, I don't know if there's a command for it. Invisible. Doesn't look like it. Most people are using this video to fall asleep anyway. On YouTube, if they're watching it there. So this is like perfect for that. So you started chopping those trees now, haven't you? Okay, so back to this guy. Invulnerability. Ankh would be very good. I would highly suggest an Ankh. I don't know the Ankh stacks, but like I say, if you die in this, you lose 10% of your stats. At this moment, that's not a big deal, but if you get like some nice stats, that's going to be a bigger deal. I don't know if it's I suppose it's 10% of your base stats. And the base stats are quite low. And there's no tomes of agility from what I've seen. And the ability to blink there. And then last but not least, this shop over here. You got this statue here and that special guy there. Let me just sell this stuff. And then I'll come back and I'll check. Wood chopping tutorial. Yeah, it's probably about 20 minutes now at least. Me just chopping wood. But I got 60,000 gold. I see and hear fiends dying. So they're doing fine down there.
What you got?
So you got armor. You've got armor, but it's not as much, but it does reduce the damage taken from range. Or you've got these ones down here. Again, the more expensive ones, but they're way better. Like, that's damage over time. That's armor and reduces damage from range attacks. If you're going to kind of get those ones that have those percentages to them, you've got to get the powerful ones, which is partly why I'm going so obsessed with this. So that deals damage back. So you can get damage... You can get armor. You probably want an item like that, then.
What you got?
So you want survivability. So if I bought those two, I'd need 70,000 gold. Do you see what I mean? Like, I've done all of this farming right now. And I still haven't got access to that. But that would reduce... That would increase my armor by 100, which would be quite crazy. And then on top of that, it would mean that I take 50% less damage from range attacks. As a melee character, that's quite nice. And it would also mean that I return 30% damage back to other melee attackers. So you can see there are certain theories with which to take. The poison could be an issue though. So you got that item that reduces the poison damage taken. Damage taken, yeah, because I could still just die. And that's it. That's pretty much it. So maybe once we've got that 70,000 gold, I'll go check out and see how they're doing down below. I can probably do the file thing, because no one's bought this stuff in a while. And I think those files are... Nope, those files are still on cooldown. Overclock's still doing that stuff. You can see his pack horse is pretty injured now, so he probably can't keep that up. Look, the file's still being bought. Who the hell is buying these files? Don't steal the files. What? What? By buying them? I'm a shrewd businessman. I'm busy making money. If I see an opportunity and other people aren't utilising it, I'm going to go for it. But seeing as you are buying the files, I won't do it. Yeah, armor is the way to go, and then damage after that. You've got to... It is a survival at the end of the day. So what we can do, if you want, is someone can actually swap. I can come down and survive. And then someone else can do some farming. So come over here. Just hope that I'll get enough gold from the kills afterwards to then buy my item. That would be OP. The horse strategy. Files are still being bought. Okay. Right then, let's get those two items. Just to double check on these items. Those were quite cheap, those scrolls of Unholy Frenzy. but they're temporary. They do damage to you though. Increases the attack rate of a target unit by 1000%. Yeah. Those are summons. Instantly explodes a single organic unit and adds 200 to mana. Left click on the item to cast. Has a cooldown of 60 seconds. The item is permanent and cannot be dropped. So it's basically Finger of Death, that item. Increases the strength, agility and intelligence of the hero by 100. And maximum mana by 200. The item is permanent. So that's pretty damn amazing. So then you have to wonder, before I go and buy anything, that 26,000, so 52,000 for 100 stats.
I can wait no longer. I'll consider it. Whatever you say. I bow to your will.
Okay. So it is a little bit more expensive than 52,000. So 52,000 for 100 stats or 100 armor. And these, I think this is still better, these two, and then the stats after that. Yeah. So I think you still want these two.
Stand and deliver.
So damage back. And reduce damage taken from range as well. Character looks... he's got 100 armor, but he's like 450 health. Alright. So if anyone wants to do the swapping over... True. I might just get I might get health just from killing stuff though and building up my levels. They do 25 to 29 damage, so it's going to be almost nothing to me anyway. Ah, she is all about the shimmerweed. Look, she's having fun with the shimmerweed. I can't attack air, no. They're not even attacking me. Do they just ignore us, or...? There would be an item that can probably let me attack air. The one that said it was an orb effect that dealt damage. Well, you got that as well, but I'm thinking there was also the item that was damage and it applied like a slow. Adds bonus damage. The hero's attacks also slow the movement speed and attack rate of the enemy. I don't know for sure whether that would allow me to attack air, but that sounds a lot like an orb. So the one level that I've come back for to actually go and kill now, I can't even attack. I don't have the right container for this. Oh, I see. So some people could just pick this up. Other people need to get that empty plant container. The warriors need to do that. There's the Thunder Lizard though. If no one's using that, I can pop over and see. I'll need an enchanted file and a box of ironwood fragments. Oh no. Now I've got to go back. I don't think there's a cheap orb, no. Dagger doesn't work, just tried it, says Ashanta. Well, you testing this in single player, are you? So we got the box. You want the shimmerweed. I can't attack the air. So I've got a moment here to shine. You wanted to try the cleric upgrade guy. Oh, okay. Overclock's got quite a few infernals. That's from his Reign of Chaos ability. Each hero has different abilities. This one's basically a healer with a bolt ability. Chaos damage, that could be very handy later on.
I'll consider it. I can wait no longer. Finally, whatever you
Okay, so come back over to him.
finally. Your chief.
Explosive mines. All of that for explosive mines, but we can put those as a backup.
I'll consider it. Whatever you say. Finally.
They sell for 5k, that's true. But I think it's not a bad idea to have them as a backup, just in case we screw up on something. Do this often to gain her favor. How often do you have to give her a moon token? Apparently she gives mana over time. So how many times do I have to do that to get a result? And what does she do? Give you like +1 stats to everything or something? Anyone know the answer to that? I haven't worked that one out. Also, we're gonna leak here. Bloody air levels, right? Need the gold for a anti-air item. Oh my goodness. I don't actually have anything that can attack. Yeah. Keep going. Keep going. We're gonna lose a life. No. No, Sargeras. Oh, feels bad, man. The mines don't even do anything for us, is that? Alright. Grom's gonna show what he's made out of. First is his Centaur Archers, which is going to take half the damage thanks to his armor. Like, check this out. 50% damage taken from range. And he deals damage back to melee. So have a good time with that. Remy. Did you permanently become that? Or is that a temporary thing? The succubus. Nice chaos damage nonetheless. That's temp. So I don't do much damage. That's the only downside. But I'm pretty much invincible. For the time being. So the Weapons Master gives you 30% attack rate each time you put a point into it. Which is pretty insane. But once you get something like 250 agility, you're kind of like almost attack speed capped anyway. So an ability like this is theoretically really strong at the start, but actually loses its strength later on, the more stats you get. But it's still good. It's still good. And then we got the battlefield, which is always going to be good, because it's basically evasion, and it's a chance to crit. So you can't really argue with that now, can you? That'd be good on an item that allows me to get my health back on hits as well. And we got the armor. So let's see how much armor that gives. 5 additional armor. So we're up to 87% damage reduction. I think that only affects me, though. None of these are auras for other players. So it's a bit of a pity. I'm getting like 58 gold per kill. So it's not too bad now, the gold. I'm taking more damage from that flame strike than anything else. And there's a reincarnation, which is a sweet, sweet ability. Hopefully I don't lose my stats if I die. Thank you there for the heal, that's nice. So I don't think it'll take too long until you basically start to get your gold back from the kills anyway. So you need to do your wood farming ASAP at the start, whilst the money from creatures is like worth nothing. But if I kill enough of these quickly, then that gives 500 gold each. If these creatures start giving like 400, 300 gold each, I can definitely make my money back much quicker killing them. I think armor first before stats though. Stats are nice. Oh, special ability. Heavy armor, spell resistance. But with this much armor, I'm effectively invincible unless they've got a spell. But I can still die. And I have got the teleport ability, so that's my backup. It's like having an Arc, except it's an active. Buy summon for DPS. Absolutely you could do. An Inferno Stone if you really want. But I think Overclock's got that covered. Oh, there's a level 2 version of it, so it's just shorter and shorter cooldown. Those Infernals must be doing some damage with their immolation. Oh, I didn't know they dropped times. I won't worry about the intelligence one, since this is like... The only ability he has that costs mana is Taunt. Which would work with my deal damage back. They're still... Oh no, they're not. Someone's dropped their game. They've dropped the ball on the empty vial game. Oh, but I can't use the scroll of recall. Why did I try to do that twice then? I'm still in the mindset that I can just make this character teleport as well. No deal. You can't. Alright, let's send him back. So now we can kind of like sit here and farm them. Got the Shimmer Weeds as well, which you can pick up maybe to sell on the way back. I don't know the horse can pick them up though. But I'll be good versus melee characters, and I'm defensive versus ranged characters. We're on level 13, and we've got 43 out of 50 lives. And there's 51 levels, so this is going to be long. This is your fall asleep video. If you didn't work that out from earlier. This is Bob Ross, this is. Pull this guy back. Sell the good stuff. Hold on to that. I still think the wood farming is the best. Although I took a lot of damage there. They got immolation, these ones. Oh! Okay, so this is one where I might need just to return for a short while. So on certain levels, until I can afford the item that gives me those stats. As long as I can get 1 point in those stats. But it was 600,000 gold or 60,000 gold on it? It's a lot. But anyway, let's come back. Let's do some wood farming, boys, because that's what this is all about. That's what we live for. And we'll just keep an eye on them. I have to do it. On certain levels like this, I'm useless. So I may as well take the opportunity to min-max. Remember, I'm a bit of a min-maxer. I could just stand there like an idiot. But it is more beneficial for me to do this. Look how fast he's attacking, but it still takes time. I did try, like, stopping the attack animation to make it happen faster like this. But it doesn't really make a difference as far as I can tell. It probably is just triggered that you have to be attacking for a certain length of time. No, I moved my scrolls. I picked them up on a different character. He looks really scary though, attacking that fast. I can actually count how many attacks it takes now. I think Overclock took one of the scrolls that increases your attack speed, but it does damage to you over time. But it basically makes you like this character, or super strong, as if you had the stats for it, but you don't really. So it's a good way to get by, temporarily, without the actual stats. So you could go tanky stuff and then increase your attack speed like crazy. But of course you have to have the damage to back it up as well. Because attacking super fast with low damage isn't too impressive. Unless you're crunchy. Sour, please. Look at that gold go up though. I'm quite quick at this. Like, I'm trying to make this as quick as I possibly can do, so it's less tedious for you. Seeing as the other boys won't really let me get in on the enchanted file game as well. I can't do both of them at the same time. You can have more than one person chopping wood at the same time though, Clucky. You don't have to like go away because I'm here. That's the beauty. It's not like one person only can do this. You can have everyone doing this. If you've got one person strong enough to basically... In an ideal world, that's what you would do. If you were really min-maxing, you'd have one person strong enough to hold them off, whilst everyone is trying to get enough gold for everyone else to then get the items, and then they can all come and defend. I mean, imagine if we're not strong enough, and that's the only way you can definitely beat this map. Wood comes out slower the more people do it. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I do wonder if you do have an element of truth to that. You haven't really tested it properly, but it did feel that way. World of Warcraft Classic, anyone? Dun, 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 dun. Viz, get the gem. I've got a gem. I'm bringing the horse down now. Oh, right, I see. Hang on a sec. There you go. If I kill Till, maybe he'll drop his items. He might do, but it's not. Those items aren't going to sell for that much at this point. Plus, I'm worried it might upset the game in some way, because I already tested this. If you kill like the barrels, or you steal the weed, you know, or you destroy. If you destroy the house, it doesn't upset. This is the only guy that doesn't get upset. It might be because he's a monk though. But everyone else gets upset if you kill something near them. So I don't know what will happen if you kill another player. Oh my goodness, stun lock. So you need the item that gives you resistance to stun. See? You're going to have to buy all these items. So this is a really convoluted way of basically putting all those items behind things. You could just make the mobs drop more gold so you can afford those items. So this is like a part RPG. But I totally get that it's not really how it should be. I am not stunned, I am tanking. It looked like you were stunned, to be honest. But then again... I guess you weren't. For a moment there, I thought you were stun locked. But it could happen in a later level. I wish you could, like, hold shift and left click this, so he does it one after the other. but it stops his attack animation once he's gathered the box, so you have to manually do it every single time. You can't even sort of like attack this and then shift drop these items, because it just pauses everything after he's done it. Feels good, man. So there's no sort of way to cheat the manual chopping here. Attack, shift, move, attack. No, I told you, man. It freezes your character and then does the job of giving him the item. Yeah, it's a built-in AFK checker. It's like the World of Warcraft. You used to be able to just stand still and be AFK, but then it was programmed so it would detect that, and it would kick you out after 30 minutes of doing that. So then people would run into walls in order to make it look like their character was actually doing something. They had the running animation. I'm almost done. What was it, 60,000 gold for the item? The stats one? Or I could just get the one that gives me like shit tons of damage, so I can kill things. But I can't survive, because spells will still kill me, so I've got to get the stats one first. What's this map? This map is, I forgot the bloody name of it now. Spiral defense, there we go. So at first I thought it was like a tower defense, but it's not. Not at all. It's actually a hero defense. Because we did play Spiral TD. That's the one that says, "Woohoo! I hit the jackpot." This is a wood chopping simulator. This is basically an RPG. Anyone got a spare 70,000 gold? I'm farming as fast as I possibly can, but I'm not going to make 70,000 gold to just casually give away. That easy. You're going to have to farm yourself. How much gold do you get from mobs? Well, when I was killing them, I was getting like 86 gold, and that was about 5 levels ago. So I'm going to assume it's something like 122 gold now or something. Oh my goodness, no 5, thank you very much there. No face. They're saying 83 gold, Jesus. Thank you very much there for the sub. I forgot people could subscribe. Thank you, man. Okay, it's basically the perfect map for Witty. It has a pure greed route. Yeah, but it's like the most tedious way of getting greed. Like I say, the map creator could have just made it so that you actually get more gold off the creatures, so you can then come back and do that rather than having someone just chopping trees all day. I get it. Both kind of end up in the same result, but most of these kind of hero survival maps just have it so you get enough gold from the creatures to buy your items. I admit it because I'm good at it. This is something I can do quite efficiently and faster than probably anyone else. So that way I know I can get ahead, but it's not really what we want, is it, at the end of the day? Ah, I was just about getting ready to get my item, but now there's another air level, is there? So I'm not going to do much versus that. Until I mean, should I farm enough gold so that I can get the stats item and the item that can let me hit air? Because as soon as you stop the farming of the wood, you're not really making money. So you got to kind of come back to do it anyway later on to get your item. So that's the bow for anti-air. Only costs 10,000 gold actually, so I don't need that much. There's that 70 gold, 70,000. It will reduce your damage by 25%, unfortunately. But I suppose once I've got enough, I'll be okay. Oh, time to repeat that. Oh, it just moved on to the... Oh, alright, I see. It moved on to a World of Warcraft soundtrack. You can always equip it and unequip it. Absolutely, yeah. I don't know if it's permanent. I think, like you say, you just unequip it. It's level 20, so we got 30 levels to go. Not even close. In a world where no one lived one man. His name is Pracky. Oh, I can't drop it. Will this game go on YouTube? I bloody hope so. Otherwise I'm doing all this work for fucking nothing. Right. What was I after? The stats. I'll keep a backup scroll there. The files are still being bought. I'm going to have an Ankh as well. I'm going to come over here. I'm going to buy the stats from this masked merchant. I thought it was the skulls before. Crown of the... Nope, that's the cloak of the Death Lord. Boom. So you can't drop that item once you've got it on there. The ranged characters are just abusing from the top here. I'm going to come down. I'm going to stand here. I'm going to be back in a quick moment. Oh, okay. Looks like I might be able to do something now. Let's see how we get on. Auto attack. So it's gone from a wood shopping simulator to auto attack simulator. Did the music stop itself? Let's come out and just check that. Yeah, it keeps auto stopping itself for some reason. Why are you auto stopping? That's weird. Looks like I'm okay. Okay, so you can go up to 10 levels. So 30% chance to dodge, 30% chance to do 3 times normal damage. These guys have evasion, do they, or something? Because I'm missing a lot. And we've got another level. I thought we got different... Did they summon them? I've only just got back here. Is the kobold high enough level? He needs to be level 25 in order to access. And yes, he has. Because he's just converted to this. I don't know how much more special this guy is. But I assume he has better stats. He's the only guy that can do it. I'm starting to think that if it's still taking me this long to kill them, what the hell, man? They got 42 armor. I'd need like that 600 damage lifesteal item. And then on top of that, maybe the Immo cloak from over here. That does damage, but I don't know how much damage that does to nearby units. But all my farming has been worth it, as you can see. This character is crazy strong. Getting 112 gold though. What's the matter? Are you just stealing items? Are powerful items just dropping then from these characters when you kill them? I need lifesteal. So I need to do more farming to get lifesteal now. Also, I shouldn't be holding this bow, should I? How much is my crit? Let's have a look. 540. 540. So we pick up this and come over here. 552. I don't know if it actually... I think it just reduces your damage when you're attacking first as air. I'm not sure if it actually reduces your damage first as normal. So I've got to do some more log farming, have I, boys? Is that what we got to do? Is that what this has come back to? Oh, you fuckers! What did you do? They stole the items. How comes I can still buy stuff? Can you no longer buy stuff from them, though? I can still buy, yeah. Okay. Killed it with a spell. Alright. That's one way to do it. That was a bit of a risky move to take, though. Risking a ban there. A perma ban from me. Oh, I can't drop that item. Oh, I suppose it doesn't matter if I got those. I'm just chopping the trees. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I can actually attack that for real. I was worried I might destroy it. It's such a shame you just can't auto-attack, though. I've got to manually do it each time. I'm on a capped attack speed now. Yeah, almost definitely. So how many levels have I actually spent killing, and how many levels have I just... We need 60,000 gold for the item that drains my health all the time, or we can go with the 40,000 gold, which is cheaper, and it's not going to kill me. But it's not quite as fun, because it's not going to kill me. And we need... I don't know how much gold it was for that. Didn't I need it? Do I want that item though? Surely I should be able to get good enough stats that I can just destroy my opponents. The... Oh, who has the cleave? I think it's the Demon Hunter that has the cleave, or someone, one of them has it. Maybe the... Someone, I think Demon Hunter's got cleave, which is really good. Those are some of the items you guys nicked from the guys at the shop.
What you got?
I'm worried about that item being garbage, though. I mean, at least it gives you armor. So, yeah. Spell immunity, stun immunity. I could get the spell immunity.
Welcome to our village.
Now, the 600 damage item is really risky. Because there is an equivalent that is almost just as good. There's 40,000. It's cheaper in a way. Well, it was this guy, wasn't it? Look, they've already bought it. Oh no, I see. It's a lot less damage, actually.
I can wait no
It's 150 damage instead of 600 damage. I thought it was like 200 less damage. Excuse me?
I can wait no longer. War chief. I can wait no longer. War chief. Let none survive.
Yeah. That's not the first time he's done it. He claimed that he didn't do it earlier.
Weak-minded coward.
I'm doing all the hard work here.
War chief.
And this is how I'm repaid.
I can wait no longer. War chief. I can wait no longer. War chief.
Wait, does angering the shopkeeper only make you unable to buy from them? Yeah. It looks like it's... Well, I think because he killed them with a spell, it didn't count as an actual attack. Even though obviously it is. But it's not triggered that way.
War chief.
If I right click an attack, or, you know, left click, A left click. This is bloody hard work. This is more hard work than what they're bloody doing, I'm telling you that much for sure. You ask each one of these players which one they'd rather be doing. Fallen heroes permanently lose 10% of stats. And then just as that happens, you die. Is that a coincidence, or did it just say that because you died?
War chief.
Ah, get over here. So where's the next level? Is it bugged? Like, you guys haven't actually pointed out that we haven't had a level for a while.
War chief.
Oh, they're invisible. Okay. We're up to 20, basically about 30,000 gold on the moment.
War chief.
Ay, ay, ay.
Let none survive. War chief. Weak-minded coward.
Maybe this is some sick take on that campaign map where Grom has to go around destroying the Night Elf trees for wood. Have you guys not got this shit sorted yet? What the fuck are you doing?
War chief. I can wait no longer.
Lol.
I can wait no longer.
Our allies' hero has
I'll
fallen.
consider it. War chief. I can wait no longer.
Nice items, bro.
Say. I'll consider it.
Look how quickly he came back for them.
War chief. Finally. Whatever you say.
Just had to buy another one of these bloody things. I'll leave that there as a backup.
Whatever you say. I'll consider it.
Would be to have one player control 2 wood choppers and another 2 pack horses for both. You can't control 2 wood choppers. I mean, you kind of can. You can give control
Let none
to a player. Yeah, I suppose. But who's going to do that? Also, that's not going to work. Alright, alright. We got 30,000 gold, so we're halfway freaking there. Oh my god.
no longer. Let none survive.
I'm starting to regret my decision of playing this now.
Let none survive.
Range characters look like they're doing okay.
War chief.
How exactly have they afforded those items though? Out of curiosity. Maybe they could get the 60k. They got a 60k one each. No. No, that's not the right answer. You're not good. I can do math.
War chief.
They're giving 125 gold a kill. Yeah, there's something going on here.
Weak-minded coward.
They're obviously getting some value now from those kills.
War chief. War chief.
It's like having a real life job.
War chief.
42,000 gold. And counting. So what's the item I want to go for? I feel like the whole thing was designed just to teach you a lesson that greed doesn't pay off. Spent all that time for it to just randomly crash. Did I learn my lesson? No. But I did lose a lot of time. Oh my god. There you go. Spiral defense. Check it out in the link in the video description below. And try it for yourself. Oh my god. I have a way to get around this though. We can get some justification. It might not be skilled justification, but we can at least see what the levels are like. You have to try this game. Alright, I'm going to remake it under the game name Jody. No, I'm just joking. I'm going to play it single player. I'm just going to put a bunch of cheats and I'm going to skip to... What level were we? We're like level 30, was it? use command jump to. So we'll see if that command works. Level 27 they're saying. You can only go up to level 30. Okay. Should we just get the ranger or something? You need someone that's ranged as well. Extra imbalanced. Or you could get the kobold. Kobold wouldn't have any good attacks though. Which character's the best, do you think? For basically just cheating. It's a shame there's no tomes. I mean, you could just use Who's Your Daddy anyway. Kobold, then upgrade. We can try the kobold, then upgrade for the lols. You just want to see the kobold, Ashanta, that's what it is. Yeah. I think Dark Amazon will be the best. You played the kobold. You love the kobold. You are the kobold. Okay. So if we just go...
Show me a target. Give the order. Show me a target.
down to here. And just buy all the stuff from here.
I'm here. Show me a target.
I wonder how wrecked she gets from the item though. If I'm killing all the time though, that shouldn't be able to kill me. That Blade of the Death Lord. So we do have to do this to get some redemption, absolutely. If I have the option of doing this, I will skip the levels when I get down there and get the items. Otherwise I'm just going to get killed. Like right now. Who's your daddy?
Of course. I've no time for games. Of course. It's time to even the scales.
No AoE attack. Wonder if I should have gone with the guy that had cleave instead. So I could kill quicker. I'm surrounded by pigs. No, I think you can skip. It's if you use the help me command that you won't see the secret level. Use this command to skip ahead to a specified level. Is a number of the level. So jump to 27. Black Arrow's level 6. Might as well go with the permanent stats just so I can attack a bit quicker. Hey pigs, give me some breathing room. Damn quillboars. It says, however, no 51 then. Where does it say it here? Why am I being backseat gamed incorrectly?
Show me a target.
Yeah, that's a different command. Bloody backseat gamers.
I've no time for games. Let none survive.
If she attacks quick enough, you won't need the cleave guy.
Let none survive. It's time to even the scales. The moment is upon us. May my aim be true. Let none survive. It's time to even the scales. Of course.
This is Nomragon music, isn't it?
Show them no mercy. Push the attack. Give the order. It's time to even the scales. I'm here. The moment is upon us.
Yeah, I need to get the invisible shit as well. God damn. Oh, it's got a cooldown to it. I don't think I even wanted that item.
I've no time for games.
Lol.
The moment is upon us.
Alright, I tell you what, it would probably be best to go the cleave character. In hindsight, Cleave character's going to need the bow so he can actually hit the air, though. What does the kobold have, though? That's worthwhile. What does the upgraded kobold have? Is that how you crashed? You think you crashed it with that character? You could have done. I'm not going kobold. I'm going to be sensible like overclocked. And go cleave.
I grow impatient. Evil draws close.
Too many. What? Oh, why am I doing Who's Your Daddy? That's why. Okay, we're back in business. So we got that.
Speak to me.
Let's just get a bunch, or at least one mule, whilst we can, so they can buy other mules if need be.
I grow impatient.
We got a magic immune item here as well.
Are there demons nearby?
Well, there's one over here. We want the teleport. If nothing else, I'll just put those down so they can be bought later on.
Is that all?
Forward.
You dare.
That's lifesteal. That's the invisibility. I have a backup gem over here just in case, for whatever reason.
Hardly a challenge.
Buy another mule when we can.
Blind, not deaf. I grow
How may I
impatient.
You can buy that as a backup stun.
Evil draws close.
Stand and deliver.
I'm not worried about reducing the range damage. I'll just go for the one that deals damage back if I get stun locked by melee.
I grow impatient.
But yeah, you can just have the Who's Your Daddy as well anyway.
Hardly a challenge. Are there demons
That should be it really.
evil?
So get another mule. Get a mule to pick that up. And a gem. And a couple of staffs.
Speak to me.
Come over here. Start killing. Cleave range is pretty massive at level 1. It's only 10%, but the cleave range is huge.
Hardly a challenge.
That's part of the thing that put me off taking this character. I freaking love cleave. But it said it was only like 10%, then 20%. But I didn't realize the levels went up to like 10. So you should be able to get like 100% cleave. Which makes him pretty insane. Well, assuming it goes up to that.
Die, fool. Is that all?
Okay.
Easily.
Gonna get another mule. That one's gonna have like nothing but scrolls of recall. So I can drop those around the map if I ever want to like be mobile.
I'm blind, not deaf.
I'm blind,
I
not
grow
deaf.
impatient. Evil draws close.
I wish only
He just needs the stats item really. The Who's Your Daddy is the damage anyway.
Are there demons nearby?
So that's anti-air. That's immune to spells. That's life steal. That's damage back. So I need a mule next to me with the gem. So a mule can pick up the gem as well.
Hardly a challenge.
So we need a mule to go and do that as well if we want. Otherwise it's just basically stats and Who's Your Daddy. But I can't get that yet anyway.
Not deaf.
So I'll get it when I can. Feels bad that we have to do this though.
Are there
But
demons nearby?
we may as well get some sort of conclusion.
Is that all? Hardly a challenge.
Oh, that's right, you can skip. Sorry.
I'm blind,
So we've got to
not
skip to the
deaf.
level. I just wanted to get like... a mule set up for the item, for the hero.
You dare speak
You
to me?
dare speak to me. This guy's a backup mule as well.
Our forces are under attack. I can go here. I bow to you. There are demons nearby. I'm blind, not deaf. I gladly obey. I grow.
There you go, 200 stats will do it. So, jump to 27. Save it now.
You dare speak to me? I'm blind, not deaf. Evil draws close.
I assume it works on the horse. But we'll see, won't we? This is still going to take ages. It's just like an AFK simulator, isn't it? Also, these items. Oh. Why not skip to 50? I don't think I can. I could go get some food. Just jump to 50 to see the secret level. You can't. You can only skip to 30. Join level 1 to 3 to jump up to level 30. So, that's the crossroads we find ourselves at. Why not 30 then? I guess so. I was just going from where we were, but I can't do it now because you have to be level 1 to 3. I think he's got enough mana regeneration though. Can you give 7-weight Enfo a shot? I think someone requested that I do an Enfo at some point. Maybe one of these days. This guy doesn't understand how hold position works. It keeps pushing him out because he's in the trigger spot. Oh, what did I sign up for? I had such high hopes for this map. And now I feel like I've been trolled. I don't know what to do. We got 22 levels plus the secret level if we're going to do this. And I can't really do this any quicker. I think that's as quick as it can be done. Time to chop some wood. Play Dark Souls whilst doing this. Because I'm doing this in single player, I can't alt tab. Because the game pauses if you do that. So you have to basically just put up with it. Isn't there a force the wave to come command? I don't think so. There's only going to be so many commands in this. I'm amazed we've got the commands that we do have. Have I played Goblin Survival before? I don't know. What about the other 70 times you asked me, Nab? Borderless full screen and turn on a funny clip. I don't know, that still works with single player. At least this is more exciting than chopping trees. I mean, yeah, I guess at least to some degree. Do an AMA while this is going on. I mean, sure. you think you can throw some questions without being too personal or weird. Which is going to be tough for you guys. First question. Have you played Goblin Survival? Or custom map for melee standard match, like, do you recommend? What, you mean a custom map for playing 1 versus 1, or a custom map for learning 1 versus 1, or a custom map for training for 1 versus 1? Such as a micro style map. There are micro maps out there. Ember has a good one that's used by the pros, although that might be a bit too difficult for the intermediate or average players. But you can test your might against that. That would actually, that immolation though. It will kill pretty much just as quickly. My favourite 1v1 map probably still... It used to be Twisted Meadows until Human got nerfed. And then Human are shit on that map. So I have that map off. I played a lot more Echo Isles than I have recently anything else, I think. Tyrannistan is a cool map. Quite a few opportunities in that one. Why are you taking damage? I don't... It's because I got that item on it. The one that deals damage to me over time? Maybe not. I don't know then. I don't have that item, I don't think. I need to... Yeah. I guess they got like an immolation style ability. And even with Who's Your Daddy, you can still take a lot of damage. I guess we'll get through this eventually. Could have just gone range character then. Still at the top. Oh god, stop moving. I need to almost block him so he can't keep moving. Did I ever play Metastasis? Yeah, it's not really my style of map though. That's one of those ones where you're like on a spaceship, isn't it? And then you've got to go around doing work around the ship and things like that. It's a bit too complicated and RPG-ish for my liking. I prefer more pick up and play style games. Side said that Undead usually do fast expand on that map, TM, since they discovered that Dreadlord is overpowered. Yeah, well that's the state that we're in at the moment, where Dreadlord allows the undead to expand faster than the human can, and the human fast expansion was supposed to be their thing, their niche. But Night Elf and Undead can typically expand quicker than a human can and more efficiently, and with less punishment. So, good game, human. When do you play Warcraft Royale again? The lobby is full of those matches. I don't know. I guess I could get back to playing it. I think I got put off the map a little bit because of sort of how punishing in a way that map can be at times. Like I feel like it always gets boring halfway through. The first bit is the most interesting bit, where it's like who can creep the fastest, and I like that kind of style of play. But then it kind of like gets a bit of a trudge as there's nothing left to creep, and you're just sort of running around avoiding players. So it kind of like, I lost interest in it after that, because it's free for all. I've never been a big fan of free for all settings. When am I going to practice UTD? Maybe never. I don't know. UTD, I found it really boring the first time I played it, and I still have a mental note of that, so I don't know if that's enough to keep me in, keep me fascinated. Why don't I have BTTV enabled? I don't know if I do or I don't. Does Cleve still work with Lifesteal? Yeah, it should do. Thank you very much, Ghetto Grufty, for the sub. Time to make a Creep Royale map. Yeah, I'd like that. I could do that. 176 gold for these ones. What tome? I don't see a tome. You should try duos. Not really. That's not going to make me any happy. It's still free for all. We did try a duo anyway, and it didn't go well. Have I ever tried the Blood Castle strat in 1v1, 2v2, etc.? Yes, I did it, I think, not even that long ago. For a strategy request. By Glebosaur. But it's not something that I would do again unless there was a lot of money behind it or something. It's incredibly tedious and hard to pull off. Does Chippy like pizza? No, I don't feed Chippy pizza. I feed him spinach and he loves it. He goes nuts for the spinach. These ones are given 350 gold. And they're probably spawning little spiders underneath them that give a bit of gold as well. Sudden spike in gold. What is the wind speed velocity of an unladen swallow? I think it's 77 mile an hour. What about canned bread? What about it? Are you hungry? Is Chippy hungry for canned bread? I don't even know what canned bread is, other than probably an American invention because they're too fucking lazy to actually get bread fresh. Do you often dream about eating as many donuts as possible to imagine without having your belly go hurty hurt? No. I stopped having sweets and sugars and all that, like, almost a year ago. March last year.
Not death.
I stopped having sugars, sweets, all that stuff. To become the ultimate specimen. Did I play Stay Alive custom map? I don't think so. We played one where you sort of like are in the woods and you can barely see anything. It's like that Freddy, like a horror movie style deal. But it used to crash after about 12 minutes. You had it during the military service. It's more of a disgusting military provision. Oh, okay. Illidan's so strong. But he still has the tedious job of having to see these creatures through. Canned bread in Asian countries. That would make sense, seeing as the creator of canned bread is, you know, obviously Asian. What's the worst map I ever touched? I don't know what the worst map is. There's certainly a lot of bad maps out there. I have a list of them. Of maps that I removed and stuff like that. It's hard to say, because a lot of the ones that I played recently have actually been good. At times, Skeleton Annihilation was close to going on my worst map. It's like the best worst map. I had a really tough time with Skeleton Annihilation. For the longest time. It was stressing me out. But it's not really a bad map. Benny Mac, thank you very much there for the resub. What was the other OP map called? Something like Ghoul Defense? We haven't got round to playing it though yet. So Vampirism Fire was good. Vampirism Fire, I kind of get it. I get it. Like, I did okay when I played it. But I don't think it's a particularly fun play style. It's a little bit like this to a degree, where you should really be spending your time killing the creatures to get stuff, but you're spending your time just farming trees and stuff like that for ages to build up to something else. But they can make it so that you can just play for fun rather than build up for fun. Island defense. I don't like island defense. And everyone keeps trying to get me to play that damn thing. Like the troll tribes and stuff like that. Wilderness Survival isn't terrible, but it's not on my list because it was a bit too convoluted. It's got like a cool idea behind it, and I like The Long Dark, which isn't a Warcraft 3 custom map, it's an actual game. Like that kind of idea, but I didn't like it so much in Warcraft 3. The closest I liked in Warcraft 3 was actually Survivors. That was like a Minecraft type style thing, where you chop the trees and get the wood and then combine the items to get more powerful items. But Vampirism is the same as Island Defense? I don't fucking know or care really. I just know I don't like it. You know, I haven't spent too much time on those maps to remember them like off heart or anything. I just know they're not my style. You remember, you got to keep it light and fluffy. That's what you got to do. Am I going to play more X-Hero Siege? Not unless I intended to do some sort of challenge, which would be to beat it on solo or something like that. But there's no real need to play X-Hero Siege again, because we already did it. Warhammer 40k is the worst map. Ah, that's a fantastic map. It's just difficult, that's all. Minotaur TD is the best map ever created, though. Have I tried Minerals? Yeah, we played Minerals a short while ago. It got a bit boring, though. After a while. Troll and Elves is cool. But I'd only want to play that again if I could play as the elf, the troll. But I wouldn't want to play that until I knew what I was doing as the troll. I know that you basically get like attack speed and damage, and you farm. But I'd want to be good at it, otherwise I'd just get backseat gamed. Ladder is the worst map. It's not Ashanta. Ladder's really fun. It's hard, but it's rewarding at the same time. It'll bring out the, you know, the most out of you, though. Am I a fan of LTA or LTF? Nope. It's not my style of map. I'm not into macro maps or, you know, big, long maps. I like a hero defense or a tower defense. That's more pick up and play. That has depth to it, but isn't convoluted. And you can learn it relatively quickly, given sort of like half an hour to an hour. It's simple map, like you have to play it a few times to work it out. At least with Elf, not the Troll. Yeah. There's probably a min-max way to do everything. Use them skill points for more AS. Why, is he not killing them quick enough, Janimba? Oh, this is the invisible bit, and looks like the gem doesn't work.
You dare speak to me?
I don't know what...
Is that all?
Oh, shit.
Challenge.
Drop it.
Hardly a challenge.
So the gem doesn't work if it's on the pack horse.
I'm blind, not deaf.
Almost got me in position. What am I testing now? This looks like I'm testing maps. I'm just seeing this one through, because we got robbed when it crashed earlier.
You dare speak to me?
Potion of Greater Healing, Ring of Agility. These items are pretty lackluster. Oh.
Are there demons nearby?
That was rude.
I grow impatient.
I heard that if you type help me, it takes you to the last level. No, I don't think it does. How'd you get the secret hero? What? There ain't no secret hero in this. Not that I know of. This is the closest you got to a secret hero. Get this guy to level 25 and then come back for this one. The 100,000 one. The spirit thing. I don't know. Didn't know there was one.
You dare speak to me?
I'm too lazy to pick up this time. I can appease some of you though, and I'll pick up this one.
That all?
But I'll leave the agility time.
Evil draws close. Is that all?
Try Paladin's TD. Have you got a link to it? It's all well and good saying try this, but you know,
I'm not deaf.
it's better if you actually link the map to me, and then I can actually do something with that link. Have you tried Command and Conqueror 2? Have you tried Red Alert 2? Have you tried this? Have you tried that? Have you played this? Have you done that? Yeah, sure. Which map is next? It's Nick. It's next. Will you play the maps from the mapping contest on stream? I need to find out when that is concluding, the mapping contest, because I made notes as the judge. So I figured what I would do is I would actually go over the maps, not necessarily to play them, because that could take ages to do each one. There's 15 maps, but to do a quick, brief 5 to 10 minute overview of my points about the map for each map. It took me ages to do the judging on that. It was fun to do, but at the same time it took me ages and got stressful. So I wouldn't do the judging again. But at least I've done it once. But I was looking at all the aspects of the map. Paladins TD. Build towers to kill scent creeps. Send creeps to steal lives from other players. That sounds like TTW. Or the majority of, or Stronghold TD and stuff like that. I think Mr. Hensai only waits for all judges' ratings. Perhaps not yours. Well, there's only one other judge. It's Warfree Sour. And I think he was almost done, like, quite some time ago, but I don't know.
Are there demons nearby? I grow impatient.
Okay, am I not close enough? There we go. Level 45, so we've got 6 more levels to go. I'll put the light on. I can't tell you which map I like from the competition because it's not concluded yet. Not far away. Just a little longer. Just a little longer. So close. Yeah, I grow impatient as well.
You dare speak to me?
Alright, I'll stop talking to you then. He's taken... Maybe you take damage when you stand directly on the portal for a while. Or it could just be the immolation effect that the creatures have. And it runs out after 10 seconds after the last one died. I don't know. You think it's going to crash? Well, I better save it. It's a shame that the Warcraft 3 game still crashed. Do you think this would have crashed if this was before the patch where Blizzard actually started changing the game again?
I'm blind, not deaf.
What does Mars Sailor Swallows look like?
I have no idea. Who the hell is that? Thank you there, Croyville. Is there a particular reason why you want to know the answer to that? I don't think it crashed because of the wood chopping, because if it did, it would have crashed after 5 minutes. It's probably something random Pick Move did with the Blood Mage.
I'm blind, not deaf.
Does he look like a bitch? I don't know. Does he? Ask random Pick Move. He'd know.
Are there demons nearby?
Getting there. It's an interesting concept for the map. Like, I like the effort put into like a little hub here. That's why I thought it's so sort of easy pick up to play style. And it's like smaller area. It does need to be some massive map for like these small hubs. But it's a little bit long-winded. It's got that Emphos vibe about it.
I'm blind, not deaf.
I'll be entertained as soon as I get to level 50. I bet we won't get level 51 though. I feel like it won't work. If you hear Warlord Sonos voice from Dragon Soul, he sounds like drunk Russian. No offense to our Russians bros here in the stream. I feel like I fought Warlord Sonos. Dragon Soul. I mean, at the end of the day, if you're going to fight someone, if you're going to hire someone to fight versus demons, Illidan's your man.
I'm blind, not deaf.
Be better to do the job, really. Yeah, I'll cancel who's your daddy in a minute.
I grow impatient. Hardly a challenge.
Imagine if I wasn't using who's your daddy now.
Demons nearby.
A squeaky chair. Grom did one shot at Demon Lord twice. The same one, actually, isn't it? Well, we'll just see what level 50 is, then we'll put the Who's Your Daddy on, and then we'll take it off towards the end of level 50.
I'm blind, not deaf.
Okay, Annie. You could just post it in a YouTube comment. Is there books you can buy to get insane stats? Unfortunately not, no. That's the one thing this map is missing, is a tome shop. This is the Durotar and Baron soundtrack for Classic WoW. Yep, in the background it is, yeah.
You dare speak to me.
You dare
Is
speak
that all?
to me.
Hardly a challenge. Evil draws close. Hardly a challenge. Is that all? Easily.
Oh, there it is. Oh, they got 100 armor. Oh boy. Oh. I was gonna lose that one.
Draws close. Is that all?
Yeah, I don't want to kill like...
What? Ain't no country I ever heard of. They speak English and what?
Hwang.
Hardly a challenge.
Yeah, gang. Croyville. Thank you. Alright, we've got the next level coming in. Don't mind if I gank you in Classic if I can. You won't be able to, Tyrell. I'll be higher level than you. Ancient Rife.
Demons nearby.
So this is your ultimate. This is what we all waited for. 102 armor, piercing damage. And Illidan is getting wrecked. And they're invisible as well.
Our hero has fallen.
Pretty harsh. He's blind. Not deaf. Oh, he lost all these items as well. XD. So he'd be screwed right now. Oh, they got poison damage as well, I suppose. Let's chuck on the old favourite. Who's your daddy? And then we'll get the victory screen as our reward for all that wood chopping and everything that's come. This map did trick me, to be honest. It ended up being quite convoluted. And that's normally what I try to avoid. I'm pretty sure I never say that word right. What does the 100k item do? Is there a 100k item?
I'm blind, not deaf.
I wish only to serve.
No. So why do you keep asking if there's one? Oh, GG.
Hardly a challenge. Evil draws close.
What? There's a next level?
Hardly a challenge. Is that all?
How many levels are there?
Is that all? Easily. Evil draws close.
Oh, I see. The 100,000 item.
Hardly a challenge.
Hydras. They are a pain to fight versus.
Evil draws close. Easily.
Hey,
Is that all?
I got a spinny camera thing going on.
Hardly a challenge. Hardly a challenge. Evil draws close.
So camera spin was what we were after.
Is that all? Easily. Is that all?
Wait for it. Wait for it. You truly defended the Eye of Sargeras. Why were all the demons trying to destroy the Eye of Sargeras? My reward is a funny camera angle to play with.
Hardly a challenge.
GG. That's it. Victory. And on that somber background music, we end. As we realize that this is the end of all things, but most importantly, the end of our time. That was wasted. It has the audacity to say 36 minutes. It's a lot longer than that, buddy. Alright, remaking.